Okay, 5.3, example 3. In summary, it says rewrite sine of 3x in terms of 3x. This is known as a triple angle because it has the 3x there. So this is what we're going to try to do here. First thing I'm going to realize that the sine of 3x can be written as the sine of 2x plus x. And I do this because, number one, this would be the same thing as we talked about earlier as u plus v. And u and v, I can do sine of x, and I have a formula for sine of 2x. So this should help me simplify it and get rid of the double angle and triple angle thing. Okay, so if I recall, this is the sine of u plus v. I'll write this out to the side. Is sine u cosine v plus cosine u sine v. And I've wrote that out to the side. This is a u, and that's a v right there. So sine u cosine v, cosine u sine v. And so now I'm going to rewrite it. It'll become, where u is 2x, v is x, so it becomes the sine of 2x, the cosine of x, plus the cosine of 2x, plus, times the sine of x. So I use the sine u cosine v thing, the u plus v formula to rewrite that. Now I know that the sine of 2x I can rewrite as 2 sine x cosine x. The cosine x stays the same, so I'll just keep that in blue to help you tell the difference. Plus, I'll rewrite cosine of 2x, and I'm going to use a different formula for cosine of 2x. I think on the previous one we used cosine squared x minus 1. Well, I want to turn everything into sines, and I believe the double angle for cosine has 3 equivalent things. One of them is 1 minus sine squared of x. I'll put that in parentheses because it's being multiplied by the sine of x. Okay? Now what I see now is that I'm going to put this together. That becomes 2 sine x cosine squared x, because cosine times cosine is cosine squared, plus, do distributive property on this side, sine x sine cubed x. Sorry, that's not quite right, is it? Because sine x times 1 is sine x minus sine cubed x, like that. The next thing I notice is that my cosine squared of x has an identity as well, and that is, if you recall from sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1, I subtract sine squared, so cosine squared is the same thing as 1 minus sine squared of x. I'll leave everything else the same. This time I made my changes in black. Everything else, the rest of the line stayed exactly the same. The only change I made is from cosine squared to 1 minus sine squared. Now I'll do distributive property. That makes 2 sine x. That makes minus 2 sine cubed x plus sine x minus sine cubed x. Like terms. These are sine cubes. So that would be negative 2. Somewhere there's a little bit of a mistake. Where is it at? Because this should be minus 2 sine squared x right there. I apologize for that. So that makes it minus 2 sine cubed x. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4 sine cubed x. Sine x plus sine x is 3 sine x. And there's how I rewrite that in terms of sine and x. Kind of challenging. The next one's not quite as long as the one you're going to try on your own, see if you can figure it out. 8 sine x cosine x. Your job is to write that only in terms of sine x. See if you can figure it out. Press pause. Okay, I expected you back pretty quickly because this one's a little different. For the 8, I just broke that into 4 times 2 sine x cosine x. And what I notice about this is 2 sine x cosine x is the same as the sine of 2x. Put the 4 in front, and that's how you do that one. Okay?